We're here with Brittany Hamilton, and you did Princess Problems. And I've seen your film a couple times at different fests and things like that. We did this before at other ones. So, once I saw that come through, I was like, oh, great. So yeah, nice, cute local film too, New Jersey, right?
Yeah, filmed completely in New Jersey.
Yeah,
completely in New Jersey, and Hackensack, Teaneck, and down in Longport, right next to Atlantic City.
So you finished it a while back. Were you able to put it in the festivals and go see it play on the screen?
Well, funny thing, we're actually towards the end of our festival run. The world premiere weekend, it premiered in Los Angeles for the Los Angeles Short Film Festival on March 14th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I flew out for it. The weekend, everything shut down. And that's kind of the way it's been since.
Yeah.
We were basically all virtual. A couple times I was able to actually see it on a big screen. And it felt, it's the one thing you look forward to. Yeah. But it's been good virtually too, to be able to try and connect with people as best you can, just with the filmmaking community in New Jersey as well as across the US.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I miss seeing everyone, but I came up with this idea, and we've been worked for another fest, so we've been interviewing like crazy. So at least I get to talk to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever capacity we can.
Yeah. So what made you come up with the idea for Princess Problems?
It's based off of a survival job I had for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
I was a princess for a company in New Jersey, based out of Bloomfield. And I'm an actor, so kids' birthday parties on the weekends, it made sense. And it was exhausting. It was fulfilling, but at the same time, when I first started, it was around the time the Frozen craze started. So it was a lot of Elsa all weekend.
Yeah.
And I just had one funny story after the next. Horror stories, travel stories, lovely stories. And I started writing them down, and I realized, oh my God, this would be a hilarious series. Yeah. So I sat down and I wrote it. And we decided to go the short film route. That way I can use it as a proof of concept as well. And then there it is.
Yeah, a long time ago, a friend of mine wanted to write a script about the characters in Disney and their real life, like a Pluto, and he takes his hat off, and he's about that character. So that's why when I saw your film, I kept thinking about many years ago, this guy came up with this idea, and he's like, we should do that. I'm like, yeah. But you have to get it from someone who actually done it,
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so dear to my heart, because even the company I work for, I wound up becoming the creative director for the company. So I would train the girls, and I became very close with the families. All the kids are actually my students from the performing arts program I developed at the company. One of the little girls, I was Snow White at her 3rd birthday. So it's it really became my life in a way. And I wanted to highlight the good and the scary parts of it.
And were you thinking of continuing it, or you said you're making maybe a feature out of it?
A series.
A series?
Yeah, and good old quarantine has allowed me to. I am ready to pitch. So whoever wants to hear, I got the long form, short form, whatever anybody wants, I got it. So, hanging on those doors now, virtually.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Were you able to do something else after this was done? Were you able to film something else? Did you do anything more, or well, you wrote obviously during this, but right before all this, did you have another film in mind, or did you get to do anything?
Yeah, so this was my first film. It was my first time writing anything, producing anything. I learned on the fly very quickly.
Yeah.
Since then, I actually in September opened up my own studio in Nutley. So with the hopes that I can keep creating more content, keep making more films, and expand at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. No, it's I think it works well. Like your film, like you could be like for family and comedy and it's everything together. So it's
curse words in there, and it's good for HBO. Like it could go either way.
It could go either way. You could go, let's say, no matter what deal you get, right, or whatever. Like,
yep. We put an animated spin on it, and all of a sudden it's Comedy Central. You never know where to go.
Have you developed any other types of projects other than that?
No, that was my first one. So I have a couple things now that I'm writing and I'm hoping to produce, kind of COVID inspired, which a lot of people are doing now. So there will be some beautiful creative works coming out of this past year. But in the meantime, it's been kind of a whirlwind with the festivals because they're virtual. A lot of them happen at the same time. Yeah. So there was a weekend, I was in 4 festivals over a weekend.
Oh, wow.
It's been a lot of like plugging in, and going to what I can, but plugging into as many as I can to see how many people I can meet and how to get the film out there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be posting these up on our, all our social media, our webpage, our Facebook, all that. So we'll have a ton of interviews, not everyone, because it's like 100 films, but whoever we can get in the time, allowed. I was like, so we got a good number though.
Awesome. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so you've been writing a lot during this period of time, a lot of different episodes.
Yeah, I have. I have the 3-season arc ready to go, and I do have 3 episodes written. And we won some awards for the pilot, which is for the screenplay, which is exciting. But it's form. I don't want to write the whole thing word for word because the idea would be I'd be able to be in writer's room with a bunch of other people that really know what they're doing and let them help me see what ideas they have. But at least I know exactly where Bree and Jess go and how that works out. And 3 to 5 seasons, I think, is a good little nugget of a 30-minute show, Yeah. I know what everything is now anyway on the streaming platforms. Nobody really goes past that many seasons. And they're going to be starving for content. Everybody watched everything since
everything.
March.
Yeah, that's why they got to get new stuff out, and they're not really doing it.
Exactly. It's like we need content, and
I'm already waiting. On the January 1st, Cobra Kai season 3 comes out. I'm going to sit down. I don't go back to work until the 4th, so I'm watching the whole season that day. I'm like, that's my plan.
Nice.
But then I'll be like, all done. So.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, my husband and I got hooked on Ozark. We'd never watched it. Well, what else we can do? We watched all of it in 2 days.
Me too. Me too. Couldn't believe it. Like 2 days, I just couldn't stop watching it. So it was great. Now I'm like, oh, we got one more season coming, and it's extended.
It's a 2-parter, so it's going to be extended, which is good.
Yeah, and I guess they finally started filming that. So
yeah, they did.
Things are starting to get going. So what about you filming? Are you going to start that soon, or are you waiting a little bit longer, or a lot longer?
Any project I have in mind now would be a very small skeleton crew. So hoping I can figure that out. And the resources I have now with my studio, I'm able to do things I wasn't able to do before when I first shot #Princess Problems. So more along the short realm versus, the 18.5-minute film that Princess Problems became. But just to pump things out, to place myself on set. Like that's what this came out of. My acting teacher told me, it's like, just make your own work. Yeah. And actor gets frustrated. They're doing so many things, and all of a sudden the work dries up, and it's like, just do what you want, make what you want, And then Phoebe Waller-Bridge comes in, and she becomes everybody's idol of what they want that to look like, And it can be done. It can be done. So I've taught myself a lot. I've learned a lot, and hopefully I can take it somewhere, and keep making films.
How did you get your crew for the film? Was it a small crew?
So I was like 15-person crew.
Yes, yes.
Actually, yeah, it was a decent size. So the makeup artist, when I was on the show Public Morals with Ed Burns,
Ah,
her and
I did that.
you
I did that show. I
did?
did. I was a cop in the beginning. The first 4 episodes, they only had 2 cop outfits. So
Yeah.
I was going to be one day. I was there for one day, and I actually talked to Ed, and he's like, "No, we only have 2 cop outfits, so you're here for 4 episodes." So I was like, "All right." So I worked. I like it was, just a featured extra thing, but I worked like every day.
Right.
Every day. And they didn't even use me. And I've sat there. There was one day I sat there the entire day just dressed as a cop. And I'm like, well, I get paid.
So you know Linda. You know Linda, then the makeup artist Linda. You probably saw her. It was such a good set. He taught me so much. Did you read his book? Independent.
I didn't read his book, but I was a big fan. I actually applied to PA for him when I was out of college. It was him or Kevin Smith. I emailed them, and Kevin Smith answered, so I ended up working for Kevin Smith. But I told Ed Burns on set, I told him that story, and I was like, I was wanting to work with you because I'm originally from Valley Stream, Long Island, but I grew up in Jersey, Kevin Smith area, so I lived by Kevin Smith. So I said I ended up working with him, but I'm like, I always wanted to work with you, Ed, and then like this happened. And
that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, how cool. Yeah, he's so wonderful. It was one of the best set experiences I've ever seen. And everybody in the costumer when she was putting the outfit on me, because I was big guest star one episode, an arrested hooker. And she was, fitting me for a hooker outfit. And she's like, no. I have to put more on you. Eddie will be so mad at me because it's going to be cold and you have to be warmer. Like, that's just the kind, he looked out for everyone. He's so wonderful. It's so sad what happened to that, but it was a fun show. It was a fun show. But, and anyway, the makeup artist, we became very close, along with a couple of the other actors from the show. And I asked her, I'm like, look, I would love a female director for this. I don't want to direct myself. I've never made a film before. I can't direct this first one. I want to find somebody who's a female director. And she gave me the name of a friend of hers, Maritza Gomez, who had worked on so many different things. And she was looking to direct a fun project. And we hooked up and she had a great vision for it. And she was so great and patient with me, and taught me so much. She brought on Kelly Remenek as a co-producer to help me with that too. And just the 3 of us really, really took it and ran. And it was so great to have that kind of backup. Somebody who I knew I could call me like, what the hell does this mean? I don't understand. I don't know what this code means, things like that, right? That I wouldn't know as an actor. And she really helped guide me. And I told her too, working with the kids, since I knew them all, I was like, listen, there's going to be a time when these kids, they've never been on a real set before. They're going to need a hot second where they need to let energy out. And I know these kids, please trust me to take that 5 minutes and get it out of them. And she was like, okay. And sure enough, the time came on set. I'm like, Maritza, remember what I told you? She's like, go for it. Took my wig off, put on Taylor Swift, and we like dance partied it out so they could be okay, refocus back in, and then we were good to go. She trusted me, I trusted her. So it was a really good dynamic.
I was going to ask, like, how is it working with kids? But obviously you've worked with kids.
Yeah, I knew what to do, and I taught them about being on camera and how it worked. One thing they didn't know until they were on set is the repetition of it.
Yeah. I heard that someone recently told me that you have 2 takes with kids and then it gets a little haywire.
Yeah.
2 good takes.
The first take is going to be the best one or the last take. Because they're going to have to go and get a snack and recuperate, get a talk to, and then come and sit down, and then they're good. And that's what we realized. It was like the first take or the last take were probably the best ones. But they were troopers for never doing it before, and they were so excited. They keep asking, when are we going to be on Netflix? I don't know. It's a great question. But it was good. It was good. We had a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. Do you have anything else you want to promote? Do you have any websites or any film festivals coming up other than the Brightside that is going to be playing in or
Yeah,
anything?
I mean, there's a bunch coming up that are on hold, like Golden Door, things like that. So, but follow Princess Problems at Princess Problems Film on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me at Brittany Leham, Brittany spelled like Britney Spears with 2 T's. And yeah, thanks. If anybody's in Jersey, feel free to look up the studio at Beeley Productions in Nutley. Any self tapes or real development, that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Sounds great. Not too far. Well, I'm kind of well, not that far, I guess. I don't know how far Nutley is from. I'm in Eatontown, right by Red Bank.
Oh, you're like a little more west, so yeah, or south. Yeah, I guess south.
You know who is
probably about 40 minutes.
Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you and talk. I love talking to people. So
feels good, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It feels really good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks. See you. We're here with Sam, and you sent the film in Blackout. Now you're in the film. Did you produce, write, direct? Because sometimes you guys switch around, so I forget what you do on it.
Yeah, Narrow Bridge, we move around a lot. I wrote it, and I star in it, and I produced it with the other guys.
So this is like your baby.
Yeah. It was directed by Joey Mosca.
Okay.
So he was the director, but everything else, you know. Yeah. It was, we filmed it actually. We filmed it in 2013.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the older ones, and then Dan's on his, he's like, you should submit that. You didn't really submit, because I didn't submit that one. I'm not sure why. I think just because I wanted it out in the world. So I didn't really go for a film festival thing back then. But then Dan was like, dude. But so we so I started submitting it to some festivals just so it would have some kind of festival run. And here we are.
Absolutely.
7 years later.
But it's new to the festival route, right? So pretty much.
Yeah.
That's good. You don't have to tell anybody that, right?
Yeah. Just you and everybody that's watching.
Now everybody's watching. But you guys had a lot going on. Did you get so this was done a while ago, but were you working on anything and then everything started happening, or were you able to film anything during this time? During the COVID time?
So we started a horror anthology about a year or so ago. And I think there's about 10 segments in the anthology. We did a bunch. We shot 2 at the beginning of the year, and then we were just shut down. We were shut down until August. So we picked up in August, and we filmed 1 segment in August, we filmed 1 segment in September, and 1 segment we started in the end of October, and we just finished it last week. So we've gone back to it, and we're still working. Still got 2 segments left to film for the anthology. But you get used
to working during this time and all the crazy weird things you got to do.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a weird world we're in right now, especially when you have people coming in from all over. But we try our best. We've limited our contact to as little as we can. We have the masks when behind the camera. In front of the camera, you can't really. Yeah. So that sucks. But we have sanitizer and all that stuff.
Yeah, you do what you can. You do what you can, but at least you're able to do some. And I know a lot of productions are picking up, so that's a good thing. So
yeah, definitely.
But so were you able to see this? Did you put it out in the festivals, the Blackout, before any of this happened, or was it after? Or
I think I just started submitting. Maybe might have been at the beginning of the coronavirus. So and so we had.
And then you had to click too in the audio with the headphones. It was clicking every minute or so. It would click, click. Oh, it works better now.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, but no, we submitted, I think, towards the beginning of the pandemic, and then we haven't had like a physical festival all year. Yeah. So the last Brightside, I think, was we did one in it was a comedy film festival right after the last Brightside. But yeah, no, it's all been virtual, so I miss it. I miss being there.
Yeah, we had I remember it was February 29th and March 1st, and it was packed. So
Yeah.
it was like, did everyone have COVID?
We did one festival. I forget what it was called, but we did one festival like the Thursday before everything locked down.
Wow.
And we were all like nervous even going to it, but we decided we're going to go to anyway. And we were all like sharing a microphone. It was terrible choices. Terrible choices.
Yeah. We didn't know or understand, or we're like, it's not coming,
Yeah, no, it's not coming here.
Yeah.
We're untouchable.
Yeah. And we learned that one real quick, but are you guys, have you been writing anything new?
Yeah, I've been pretty consistently writing just throughout the pandemic, just because it was something that I didn't have to stop just because everything else stopped.
Yeah.
So I wrote, I started writing a feature in January, so I can't say it was during the pandemic, but I've written 6 features since we started
Wow.
the year. And I think 3 or 4 shorts I wrote. And we filmed one of them. We filmed one of the shorts I wrote for the anthology. Everything else is just drafts of script. But I'm always writing.
Yeah, you guys have written. You guys have done features in the past with your group, right? Were you the writer?
Yeah, I wrote the features. I wrote 3 out of 4 of the features we've done. The anthology, the horror anthology, it's was split up between us, just like like we do with shorts.
Yeah,
like everybody's got like a couple things in there, so that's cool. It's more collaborative, I think, that way. But I wrote most of the features. First thing we ever did was a feature, just because I like features and I had no idea what I was getting into. I'd never even done a short before, and then we just jumped into a feature.
Yeah. I never filmed a feature. Oh, I produced. I never wrote and direct. I've written, but I've never directed my own feature.
Oh, I've never directed any of the features. Just written.
Yeah, just written. Yeah, I was like, one of these days I'll do a feature, but now I got sucked in with all the shorts. So the world of shorts. That's kind of where I live. But what are you going to do? It really gets you to meet a lot of people. Like, that's why I'm kind of upset we can't have it, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll push it off till March and see if we can have it.
Yeah.
We're still deciding.
I hope so. I hope things get back to normal.
Maybe we'll do a hybrid where like some local people we can go, because, you can go to the Brightside. It's there.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more capacity, and then let's do it.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, we'll be there.
Yeah, right. Just got to wear the mask, watch the films, take it off, go eat.
Yeah, and I think for
back.
like the award ceremony, I think maybe we'll just wait outside.
Yeah. What we were thinking of doing is maybe like there's all TVs there. We could put a TV outside and just like announce it, and then if you win, you're like run in.
Because that's the crowded part. That's like the real tight part. That even like during normal days, I was like, "Ooh, this is tight."
Yeah, it's a little crazy. But I do miss that. So I can't wait till we can return to that fully.
Yeah.
So that'll be the day. Did you write anything COVID related?
I wrote a series of monologues because I saw like my actor friends of like people, who just act and know a day job, people who have day jobs, all kinds of actors wanted to do something. They were like feeling like creatively starved. So I wrote just like a series of monologues and vagina monologues, but for COVID. Yeah. So I called it the distancing monologues. And I just told them, film it yourself on your phone or your computer or whatever, and send it to me, and I'll edit it all together, put it all together, and put it out there.
Cool.
Did that, and we did just because we were taking walks in the park, me, Isaac, and Billy, who we work with. We were just taking walks in the park. It was like, we all got cameras on our phones. Why don't we just film some like funny shit? Because we were just making each other laugh walking anyway. So why not do that? So we did like a couple of like short skits, and then I wrote some skits for people to do like one half, like phone conversations, stuff like that. So we did that, and that was like March and April, I think. And then like this, like it just got to me, the pandemic. I was like, everything became like too real and more real, and I was like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just like, I can't think about this anymore.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Like it's been going in and out. I'm good for a while, then not good, then good for a while, then not good.
I mean, I give credit to anybody who, just wakes up in the morning during this period of time and gets out of bed. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough,
especially doing this kind of thing. Lucky enough, I have a day job too. So
yeah, but you're a teacher, right?
I'm a teacher, so I've been teaching like this for a while. and in school a little bit. They've been doing hybrid stuff.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hate Zoom meetings with
Ugh.
work. My day job, I hate Zoom meetings so much.
I'm getting tired of it. And the kids are too. And I'm a hands-on teacher. Class, it's film class.
Yeah. And if they don't have like the equipment, I don't like. What can they do?
No, we're like I'm doing like experimental films and like interviews. Well, that's it.
That's frustrating.
Can't do much more.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, but you do the best you can. You adapt, you evolve.
I'm sick and tired. This is what I told someone. I'm sick and tired of the like when this is all over, we're gonna get all these COVID movies. I'm like, I don't want to watch them.
I don't want to watch anything.
Let them go.
There was a movie on Shudder. I think it was called Host, and it was about a Zoom, like a Zoom call between friends. They were doing a seance, and it was a cool idea, and it was fun. Yeah. But I never want to see a movie that has Zoom in it ever. I don't want to watch anything Zoom. I don't want to see people wearing masks and doing anything like that. No pandemic movies.
Yeah.
Just take a break. But people are going to be writing them. People are going to be
trying to tons of them. I'm going to be like, pass. I don't want to watch it. I'm good. I don't want to remember it. We lived through it. We don't need to watch it over again.
Exactly. Let me watch a Marvel movie and that'll be it. Don't show me Captain America in a mask. Just, let me go. Just sit somewhere.
I'm getting ready for January 1st, the whole season of Cobra Kai. So I don't go back to work to the fort. So I'm sitting down watching Cobra Kai.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. I don't know if I'll binge it in a day, but I'll probably binge it by the end of the weekend.
Yeah. It's not that long because they're half hour, 10 episodes. So I pound through those.
Yeah. No, once I started it, because I didn't get into it when it was on YouTube. I just got into it when it was on Netflix and just went right through the seasons. It's awesome. Yeah. I had no idea it was going to be that good.
No, neither did I. But I went to high school with one of the writers. So,
really?
Small world, man. Small world.
Nice.
So that was we interviewed him on the phone right before it came out. It wasn't out yet on YouTube.
Yeah.
So no one's seen it yet. So we were interviewing him right like a day or two before it came out. So we were like blown away. That was fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
But you never know. That's what you never know what can happen. It's a crazy world.
Yeah. Crazier by the day.
So when you were doing this blackout this a while ago now, do you remember being on set and how'd that go?
Sure. It went cool. It was like I was inspired by Hurricane Sandy. I wrote it during the blackout. We had a blackout. Are you in Jersey City or like?
Well, then was I working then? No, I was home. Now I used to work in Jersey City, but I was actually at the time in between jobs and I was delivering pizza.
Okay, that's fun.
I delivered pizza. I was subbing. Because I left my teaching job and then I was doing other things, acting and all that stuff, but I was subbing, and that hit, and I delivered pizzas like crazy all day, all night. Made so much money.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. But I don't know about where you were, but we lost power for like 8 days. So we were in the dark, and it's horrible. So I was like, I'm gonna keep my mind active. And I'm going to write something. So I wrote a short film about a blackout. And it was, I decided to make it a horror thing. And we shot it a couple months after Sandy. And it was fun. We filmed at a friend's house in one of the Oranges. And my biggest memory of that shoot was Dan at the time. Anytime Dan had to sweat on camera, he would drink hot sauce. And his character gets poisoned in the short, spoilers. And he was like, so I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna just I have this drink in my hand during the scene, and I'm just gonna drink some hot sauce. So he drank some hot sauce, nothing happened. Drank some hot sauce, nothing happened. Put more hot sauce in the
no way.
And it was like a hot sauce he'd never had before. So it took its time to go through. So we did get him. Like it did affect him like all at once, all that hot sauce, and he was sweating, and he had to take a break for like about an hour. Because his stomach was so messed up, he had to lay down. We got him milk. We got him. He said, we thought we were gonna have to take him to the hospital, but thank God.
It's like that wing show. You guys, discovered that wing show before the wing show came out.
Yeah.
You ever watch that?
Yeah.
No, you eat all the wings. All the celebrities eat the wings. It gets hotter and hotter.
That's what we should be doing right now.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be great.
The hot wings, it's great.
The hot wings. The guy got a great idea. What an idea.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. He's still doing it on Zoom too, I think.
Yeah.
And, it was a fun shoot. We did, I think, 2 days, and then we had to go back and reshoot something because some of the footage got corrupted. one of the cards was messed up, so we had to
wow.
go back and get some close-ups. But it was fun, a fun shoot.
Was that and the women that were in it as well? Were they're in your like your acting troupe, your production troupe, or were they?
I'm trying to think when we filmed it. Yeah, it was Samantha Algieri was in Red Scare, was one of the features we did right before that, and Jenna Kildosher was in Red Scare. So that was their first movie. Alana Potter, who's now Alana McCord, she was my wife in the movie. That was her first thing with us, I think, and then she went on to do a couple other things with us.
Cool.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I guess your company's grown in the last few years, right? You have a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost some people, we've gained some people, and we just have like a lot of great talent. You know, we worked through like the people that didn't work out great. We worked through them, and got like what I think is a really tight core.
Yeah,
and they're like a family now. So
absolutely. And you got a lot of stuff out there. Do you want to promote? You got a bunch of films out there, and
narrowbridgefilms.com. You can find a lot of our shorts and some of our features. We have Cabin of Errors, which is the rom-com feature we did a couple years ago. That's on Amazon and Amazon Prime, and a couple other sites to watch it. Yellow Scare, which is our most recent finished feature, is a World War II Mel Brooksy comedy. That's on Amazon and Amazon Prime, so you can get that out there and enjoy. Please leave a review, comment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the perfect time to go watch that right now. So
yeah, definitely.
You might as well.
Once you finish Cobra Kai, go out there, go on Amazon Prime, just watch Narrow Bridge Films things.
Absolutely.
Local indie film.
Well, it was great talking to you for a few minutes, and got you in there, even though we lost you for a few minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I can cut that together. We'll put that together. It'll be all right. That happens. There's storms going on, maybe.
It's gonna be a blackout. It was a blackout.
Blackout.
It was viral marketing.
All right, man. Yeah, so it's great.
I
got a few more of these tonight, and then I think I'm calling it quits.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
But again, I'll put it out on the when I edit them together. I'll put them out on our webpage, on Facebook, and all that. So at least we have something, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
All right.
All right, man. Have a happy New Year.
You too, man. Right. Good talking to you. All right.
Good talking to you.
Peace. Right. Bye. So we're here with Candace Barnett, and your film was how do you say that? Winnica. Yeah, I always had trouble. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce it. So how'd you come about to direct the film?
Well, I was approached by Erin Bright, who was the star of the film, and she also wrote the film.
Okay.
And she wrote the film, needed help with a little bit of the structure as far as for the screen. So I helped a little bit with that. And then once we got the script solid, we went into production where I directed, and then we went into post-production where I did the editing as well.
Now I know it's a longer short. Is it meant for like a TV show, or like a pilot kind of thing, or is it just a long short?
It's a long it's definitely a longer short. But we did want to develop it into either a feature or a TV show for sure.
Oh yeah. Because I kind of felt that watching it. Like it could be a feature, or it could be like a sitcom kind of going on and on. So you definitely have that feel to where that's why sometimes when they're longer shorts, I think that, but you could definitely expand on the characters and the story and all that.
Yeah, we already have backstory on a lot of the characters already, so hopefully that'll be done soon.
Yeah, and were you able to see the film in festivals, or did all this happen and weren't able to watch them on the screen?
No, I wasn't able to go to any so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. We were trying to hold off, and it doesn't look great, but we're still kind of trying to see if we could do something. But we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
But in the meantime, I thought I'd get a bunch of the filmmakers on and interview, because I've been doing this new thing with StreamYard, and we did a lot of other online fests, and we interviewed a lot of people. So I thought it'd be great to at least do something for right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, did you go? So it's got a big cast to it. I guess did you cast all those people, or was there a casting director, or was it mostly you that were doing the casting, or?
It was mostly Erin doing the casting. A lot of the people were people that she knew. One of the people that we casted that kind of together was Willow, the character of Grandma, which we both loved. So of course she had to have that role.
Yeah.
But most of the other characters she wrote with people in mind.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Was it like does she have a background in writing or film before this, or
Acting?
Okay. What about you? You've been directing before?
I went to film school way back in the day. I graduated in 2008. And so I directed a short there at school. And I've directed music videos and small projects. So this was my first official short since school.
Oh, wow.
I work in the industry as an assistant editor.
Oh, absolutely. That's great. Were you able to edit, like, so if you're doing the assistant editing, were you able to edit a lot of things during this time period?
As far as, what do you mean? At work?
Yeah, at work. Like, I guess you could continue doing it where, like, a lot of us are not being able to film or do anything. I know, like, I know a lot of filmmakers or actors were writing stuff during the COVID time.
Yeah.
But
I've been fortunate enough to keep my same job throughout quarantine. Like, that's my workstation back there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm on my personal computer talking to you. But I work on an untitled Amazon show right now.
Oh.
And I've been on for about a year, and it might go another year. So
that's good.
I had just got, fortunately, on a show that was going to have a long run. So.
And they were able to film. Were they able to film during any of this for that?
Well, luckily, too, again, for me, I'm so blessed during this time. They're filming in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then,
it's open there, right? It's open in New Zealand, isn't it? Wow.
They're doing probably the best out of everybody in the world.
Wow. Wow.
So I just got lucky with that.
Yeah.
And I edited a music video during the pandemic, which was cool, which was fun.
Yeah, like a lot of people that were like that just finished like filming before this, and then they were able to edit and do posts for quite a long time. So I've been hearing a lot of stories like that. But so have you written anything?
Just my short in school. I do write, and I write pretty well, but I've been having a lot of writer's block lately.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to get back into writing ASAP. I think about writing every single day, but when I sit down, it's just sometimes just so hard to just come up with stuff,
Absolutely. I know 100%. I'm like, all this time I want to write and I can't do it. Like I'm a teacher, so I teach film in school. So I luckily I still have that, but I want to sit down and write, and I'm like, I can't do it.
I just feel like sometimes you just have to sit down and just start writing. Like sometimes I just feel like I don't have an idea solid enough, so I just don't even write. But I just feel like sometimes, we just need to sit down and just write, and something will come out of something. And then, it's about the rewrite. Yeah. So something could come out of just attempting something.
Absolutely. And you edit, what do you usually edit on? In school now we have we do Adobe Premiere. So I've been teaching kids on Adobe Premiere, and that's kind of what they've been learning from it. What kind of editor do you use usually?
I learned on Final Cut 7 all the way back in high school, and in film school I learned Avid, and in the industry and all my jobs were as an assistant editor has been on Avid.
Oh, on Avid, they still. I remember when they first came out with Avid, I didn't learn it. I was in college, and I was like, I had the old ones, and my friend learned the Avid. It was a giant piece of material. Then it was a big giant thing. Now it's pretty small.
Oh yeah.
But I remember seeing this big giant thing, and I was interning at a film company, and they're like, and I just kind of learned the Avid, and they're like, oh yeah, we're editing on the Avid. I'm like, I know how to do it. So, but I haven't in so long.
What'd you say?
Oh, I haven't in so long, no, but I know it's changed so much.
Yeah, when I learned in school, it was really frustrating going from Final Cut to Avid.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, I can't get it. But once I got it, I preferred it over Final Cut.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't sure. And they made it so much easier now. Like you have it on the computers and everything. I remember when it wasn't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, so I actually knew Final Cut, and then I got this job, and they're like, oh yeah, we use Adobe. I'm like, great.
Yeah, Adobe's everywhere now. I see it in job descriptions everywhere now. I should
really?
probably learn that.
Wow, I didn't even know because I didn't know about it. But I guess because they gave to all the schools, they gave like access for all the schools to use. So I guess they've been teaching it, and that's kind of what it is.
Nice.
But it's been fun. But that's what I'll be doing with these interviews here. I got to put them through the Adobe Premiere, and then I'll put them up.
Oh,
so,
okay.
A little editing. So I'm making myself do work while I'm off for school. So. So yeah. So how long was the shoot here that you directed? Because pretty long short, so probably a little bit longer shoot, right?
We took about 5 days for the initial shoot, and then we didn't finish everything, of course. So we did another, I want to say 5 days again, maybe a couple, like a month or two later for pickups and just little scenes that we didn't get.
No, absolutely.
So I would say a total of 10 days.
No. Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are all out in California?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
LA area.
Yeah. I was I wanted to go out there last year, but couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So, we actually got into a film festival as students, a big one out there for students. And they're like, oh, we can go to LA. We can go to LA. And then, nope, we can't go.
That's swag.
That's kind of like where we've been at, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll hopefully we'll get to. Are you waiting on some festivals for this film? Like, did they say, oh, we're gonna wait for a little while, or they're just putting them online, or? Yeah,
there's a few that are still up in the air that we're waiting on. A few that are still, they're trying. Yeah, a lot of them are online and will probably stay online, but a lot of them are saying like a lot of people are just crossing their fingers and stuff. Hoping. So everything's up in the air, really.
Yeah, we're really hoping
to go to one.
Yeah, right. And it's a great feeling. I was talking to some filmmakers earlier. It's such a great feeling to see your film on the big screen, and it's so different than just. But the good thing about this is a lot of people will watch the film, though.
Cool, nice.
So that we did another festival and we had like 6,000 views. So we're like, well, that's better than like 30 people in the theater, I guess, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's the upside.
That's the upside. That's it. But at least I get to talk to filmmakers here, and no one else really gets that chance, and that's kind of what I like to do. So, so thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are you said you're editing a show right now?
Yeah, it's an untitled project on Amazon. It'll be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. And you just finished a music video?
Yeah, it's an artist called Aloe Black. I don't know if you've heard of him. The song is called All Love Everything, and it was a pretty simple video, but it came out really nice.
Yeah, I've seen some people shooting music videos, and they're like able to at least go out there and shoot some of that. I've seen a lot more music videos being shot right now. Mm-hmm. I guess a little bit easier, quicker, right? Smaller. Yeah.
Take one day and just shoot it really quick.
Now, when you're editing, I was going to ask about like the music. When you put the music into it, do you work with a lot of people doing score at all, or bands and things like that to put the music in? Yeah,
we have another one of Aaron's friends did some original music for the short. There's 3 versions of the same song that actually play a part in the plot, and Erin actually sings those herself. So she's so talented. Wow. And so we were lucky enough to get him.
Oh wow.
Those for us.
That's awesome. And do you usually like you put it in after your edit? Do they or if they already have the song already? So I guess there's all different ways of doing it, right?
Yeah, well, we had the songs before the shoot, so we played the songs during the shoot just for playback and just for rhythm and everything. And then during the edit, I put the actual song in.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, so I guess it's different for everybody, and every time you do something. So I was just curious about that with the music.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty cool. And yeah, so it was a pretty good cast for your film, and I guess overall it was very funny, and that's what we need, funny and good and like entertaining and heartwarming kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
definitely falls into all those categories.
yeah. So it was a joy to watch that, and sometimes the films are long, and you're like, oh, they're too long, or you tell someone you got to shoot it, but a story like that, like a good cast and characters and a good storyline, that you don't even know that a half hour goes by.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad that it's having that effect. Thank you.
Yeah, because I noticed that, because there are some that I've watched, some videos that are like 30 minutes, and there's like, I could edit it to 20, There was a lot of like stuff in there, like, oh, really? But yeah. I guess because you're editor, so that really helps it, I think.
Yeah, we tried to cut it down, but it's
hard to, right?
Yeah, it's Erin's baby, and there was just a lot of things she didn't want to let go. There was a lot of things I didn't want to let go because I was so attached, and so we just kept it.
Absolutely. Well, it helps the story, because if you cut that up, then a lot of missing parts, right? Like it would jump around too much, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's great. Are you gonna is she writing anything more that you're gonna work on?
I know she's definitely developing the feature, either the feature or the TV show scripts. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna definitely be working with her on writing those and just structuring them and everything.
Yeah.
For her, because she writes in Microsoft Word. She's an actor, so she's not she's very talented and very creative with her stories. But as far as structure and everything, that's where I come in and make sure everything is
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good, because I would do the same thing. I just like write like crazy, and I like give it to people. Like, you gotta fix this for me. yeah, exactly the same thing. Yeah, that's funny. But do you have anything that you want to promote out there? Any websites or anything that you want to any social media or anything?
My Instagram is CNB, like Candace Nicole Barnett, CNB_. And you can check that Aloe Black video out that I edited on YouTube. Cool. Aloe Black, all of everything.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
That's about it.
Cool. Well, thanks for giving me a few minutes tonight. And, I'll have this up on as soon as I put some of these together. I went through about 15 interviews today, so it was all day.
I bet. Got to work today.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of fun during my time off. So
yeah,
but it was good to talk to so many people. But it's good to meet you and talk to you, and
likewise.
It's good to put a face to the movie and everything. So
good to meet you too.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining me tonight. And what time is it now? It's out there. It's you still got a long night.
It's pretty early, 6:30.
So 9:30 here. I'm like fading.
Yeah. That was me last night for sure.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
All right.